So, a massive code is 215, and that is Lionel Messi. And as you can see, he is linked with Kylian Mbappe. As you both know, they both play for the PSG, and they're both teammates. And so today is going to be a big day on either side. You have a cipher, which is 279, which let me explain. Okay, so let's go through Lionel Messi. So Lionel Messi, 51, like the motto, right, which is the journey, which is 51, and Lionel Messi will be going through his journey. Now, I've been told by a few people that they are saying on the television Swan Song, right? As in, if you don't know what Swan Song is, let me explain it to non-English people. So, Swan Song. So, a swan song is the final performance or activity of a person's career. Right. So Lionel Messi will be having his final swan song. And let's just do that. Right. And so funny enough, Olivier Giroud will be affecting his swan song, as you could tell by 112. Let's see. As you could tell by the referee, 31, right? And as you could tell by 104 drop the 0, 14 champion. That's what you're trying to do on your last day. Become a champion, have a nice send off, right? Everyone loves Lionel Messi, and then he'll be a hero of all time, right? And as you can see, it's in his gematria Kabbalah code. There it is. This, for those of you who don't know, that's Derek. He's changed the ciphers, right? So there you go. Swan Song 132, Lionel Messi 132. That's so it's actually in his key of life. This will be his final act, and there you go. Trying to affect his Swan Song on the other side is Kylian Mbappe. Okay, and Kylian Mbappe will have a swan song, and it'll be 130. It'll either be 132 days after his birthday or before, and it'll be sometime in the future. Anyway, but today we're concentrating on Lionel Messi. That's why you've been hearing the word or phrases on the television: swan song, swan song, swan song. They're trying to get it into your mind. Right, going through Messi again. So as I was saying, he's now this is very interesting, because let me just pause this and try and find you the tweet by someone. Let me show you. Right, so let me show you this. Messi 34. Now 34, right, reversible reduction prediction has been trending online on Twitter all last night. It was roughly 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, French time, 2 a.m. GMT. Now, the reason why is because this guy, Jose Miguel Piccolo, said on December the 18th, 2022, 34-year-old Lionel Messi will win the World Cup and become the greatest player of all times. Check back with me within 7 years. Now, he wrote this tweet in March 20th, 2015, as you can see, right, at 8:27 p.m. Now, everyone got this tweet trending, and everyone's like, wait a minute, how could you not calculate Lionel Messi's age correctly, because he's 35 right now, not 34? Well, here we go. There you go. That's why. Okay? That tweet is to get into people's consciousness. Whoever told him, or however he learnt that, got told that. Now, 34, as I've mentioned, is Al Raha. If you don't know what that is, I'll just show you quickly again. Right? It's the official football, right? And that is the World Cup official football. which is 34, which funny enough Lionel Messi codes to. So today, if Messi becomes the all-time leading goal scorer, he could be Golden Boot. If he scores a hat-trick, he will also get the football, which you should not be surprised by, because he codes to that. So there we go. I found it suspicious that that tweet was there, that age was there, but it was done wrong, because it's not hard. It's 2015, Google still exists, you could have looked and check that properly, but we'll see. Okay. Yeah, for those of you who don't understand, if that number is floating in people's consciousness, because all we are is just consciousness, it means the energy is vibrating off that number in people's heads, and then that will connect to that being the football. Hence why this tweet is pinned and it's been shown by 2,000 people, retweeted by 31,000 people. So it's in 31,000 people's minds, right? And he even has the date correct for that, right? And he says, come back to me in 7 years' time. Okay, so right, for those of you who don't know, this is Messi's 5th World Cup that he's participating in, which is 64, right? And it is part of his tree of life, right? And so he is going there with all is now is the intention, as I've been saying, to be the greatest of all time. Okay, so I hope you understand all the codes for Argentina. So let me just sum it up really quickly. Right, so Argentina 44, code to the stadium, right? Code to the stadium. They have 55, right? Which is Satan, right? Argentina 55, right? And then for those of you who don't know, I should tell you this because it's very important. Let me just show you this. Very important. Okay. Right. This guy, yes. This guy, let me find his name. There we go. Oh, sorry, that was the last Pope. Not that Pope. Other Pope. There we go. Pope Francis. Right, for those of you who don't know, it's been Pope Francis' his birthday. There's his birthday. So yeah, his birthday was yesterday. He is Argentinian, right? And then you have one of the best Argentinian players in the world going to the World Cup, playing today, right? And for those of you who don't know, Messi has been staying in Suite 201 of the university, right, in Qatar. That you will have to fact check. I'm not going to show up on screen, but yeah, that is correct. I've fact checked that and that is correct. Anyway, so it was the Pope's birthday. You have an Argentinian player going to the World Cup, right? Blessed by the Pope. Obviously, if he wins, he's going to meet the Pope. He's going to kiss the ring. Everyone kisses the ring, right? Who's met the Pope, who is Catholic, who and who says thanks to the Pope. Okay, so yeah, you can't, as they say, Francis is the first Pope and the member of the Society of Jesus. Right, there you go. So it would be the biggest upset in world history if Messi does not win the World Cup and they have used all the gematria, all the numerology and everything for Messi to win the World Cup, right? And those are all the codes in favor of Argentina, because they are Leicester, champions 43, extra time is 43. So if they do go to extra time, if they would become a champion, right? And football is 43. Now the only worrying thing about this is this code, upset code, which is 18, right? Okay, so that is everything for why Argentina might win. Now let me show you why France might win the World Cup. So I'm just going to pause it here. Okay, so I'm going to tell you all the codes for France and why France could win this World Cup. Okay, first code, 47. For those of you who don't know what 47 is authority, right? So France have the authority, the code to Lusail, which is the Lusail Stadium, right? 29 also, 29 is Ismail Faith, referee, right? 115, there he is, he's the fourth official, right? So France, it could be in extra time, 115th minute played, and France. By the way, France are the complete and utter underdogs for this match, okay? If you don't believe me, you can check on, yeah, here's Google predictions. So France is 34, Argentina's 36, extra time 30%, right? They've played Argentina many times and they've lost many times, right? So France are the complete underdogs. Now today is December the 18th, right, which is an upset day. So you are looking for the biggest upset in upset day ever, right? If France were to beat Argentina. Okay, now here's a very, very interesting thing that they put out by FIFA. So let me find it. This is the official, let me show you on there. This is the official from FIFA's official Instagram poster, right, of the World Cup. And what is happening here is, if you can see it, it's the sun, right, and the cockerel. You have Lionel Messi, you have Kylian Mbappe, right, you have the whole French national team, you have the Argentinian team on one side, and then you have Messi doing the all-mocking face. For those of you who don't know, this is a scripted play, right, with two of the best players from PSG playing in Qatar, right, owned by the Sheikh who owns PSG as well. Okay, so let's begin and analyze this. Right, so the sun position is in the bottom left. Let me explain the act. Basically, these two have the background is, let me just get it for you. That looks like background. So as you can see, this, let me just highlight it here. Right, this will be the fourth World Cup meeting between Argentina and France. Right, so this is the fourth World Cup meeting overall. So meeting number 1, Argentina won. Meeting number 2, Argentina won. Meeting number 3, France won. So this is meeting number 4. So this is part 4, right? If you can understand. Part 4, Act 2. Right, now the reason it's Act 2 is because Act 1 was between Messi and Kylian Mbappe, and let me just show you. That was played on June the 30th, right, there, and you have Kylian Mbappe, Kylian Mbappe there, right, and then you have, where is he? Let me just find it. And then you have Lionel Messi there, right. So these two have played together. That was, so this is now Act 2 between them. Now in Act 2, you can see Lionel Messi is facing that direction and he's walking stage left. Now for those of you who don't know about plays in stage left, let me just explain it. Right, etymology, in theatrical strips, exit stage left, marking the disappearance of a character from the stage in a normal manner. Right, right. And also, idiomatically, an orderly and uneventful departure timed so as to not to detract or distract. Okay, so simply, right, Also to exit or disappear in a quiet, non-dramatical fashion, making way for more interesting events. As in, leave the scene, don't make a fuss. So today, Lionel Messi will be leaving the scene, regardless of what happens. Okay, it's unlikely he's going to go to the next World Cup because he is 35 plus 4, right? Making him 39 years old. He'll be too old. Very unlikely, but that's what's going to happen. So Lionel Messi will be leaving stage left, as you can see, because he's facing that way, right? He's facing that way. He's going to the left hand side, and his back is there. Right, now, as you can see on the other side of this poster, you have Kylian Mbappe, who's facing stage right. Now, to face stage right, or to come into stage right, you are the new character, the centerpiece of the attention. Hence why all the light is facing him that way, and then he is looking towards the audience. Another thing you must spot in this poster, in which people cannot understand, is this bit, the sun. Right, underneath is the sun. Now, Messi, if you look at the time kickoff, right, is 3 p.m. GMT, right? But in Argentina, let me just show you right now. Right, 3 p.m. Argentina is 3 hours behind, so they will be going to. Hold on. They will be going to 12. So let me just show you quickly in the new tab. Time in Argentina. Right. So the time in Argentina right now is 10:02. Right. So therefore the sun will rise at its highest point, which will be well, actually it'll be going past its highest point. It would be roughly, there we go, but it's in its highest point in the sky, if you can understand, just like that. Right, just right. So now it's at its highest point. That's when kickoff is. So technically its highest point there, 11:32, but then it's slowly still at a high angle in the sky, right? So Messi will be starting his match at his highest point, right? And as the match progresses from 12 o'clock Argentinian time, right? Let me just show you again. This is, hold on, sorry, wrong one. Yeah, so there we go. Here we go. This is it, right? So this is where Messi was born. This is Argentina. So 12 o'clock here, right? And so Messi kicks off. He's going through his rise. He'll come all the way to here, which is 60 minutes into the game, because it's 1 hour later, still at its highest point, and then he will slowly descend, right, to his slightly lowest point at 12:30. So yeah, I thought that would be interesting for you. Right now, if it does go interesting, it extra time, etc., he will be at his lowest point and continuing. Now, let me just show you one more thing about the poster. Right, 3 p.m. kickoff France time. Okay, so let me show you this. This is Paris, France. Right. So we're still analysing the poster. So Paris, France. So it's 3 p.m. right, GMT kickoff. So that means it's 4 p.m. 1 hour ahead. So 4 p.m. and the sun will be here. So the sun will be completely and utterly setting, right? And as you could tell, sunset time, right, will be in 54 minutes. So as the game is going on, right, Messi will be in his ascendancy in Argentina, right, from a celestial perspective, right, while Kylian will be going down from a celestial perspective, with the sun going down, as in the French team going down, right? Whereas in Argentina, there you go, Can you see it? 12. Then it's rising to its highest point, right? Which the poster is depicting, right? But then it falls from its highest point to its lowest point, right? So as it falls from its highest point to its lowest point as the game progresses on. Now, I thought that was interesting because most people wouldn't even realize that the sun in the corner is actually there, right? It's setting. As for France's sun, it will be completely darkness in the northern hemisphere, right? And what I have to show you is this winter solstice. Let me show you. Right, so the winter solstice is on Wednesday the 23rd, right? And the match is played on the 18th today. So you've got 19th, 20th, 23rd, right, in 3 days' time. So in 3 days' time, the northern hemisphere, right, will be flipping from going from winter into summer. That is the start of it, right? So this poster, right, will be showing you the exiting of Lionel Messi, yes, and the beginning of the rise of the new superstar who they want to bring to the stage, who is Kylian Mbappe. Okay, and as you can see by that, right, you will see the cockerel goes from the dark into the light and into the new moon. Let me show you. Let me bring it up. Paris. Right. Let me show you moon phases. Right. So there you go. So you've got the third quarter, and then you've got the new moon coming up. Right. So Kylian will be going, as the poster indicates. Let me get the poster again. Right, to become the new moon if he was to win this match. That's why it's very important to look at the posters which they put out, okay? Because one, it's an upset day, right? Two, the biggest upset in the world would be Lionel Messi losing this final, his 5th final overall, right? And as you can see, it would be so dramatic that this man would be falling on his knees like Romeo and Juliet and other Shakespearean plays. Right, let me show you. Romeo and Juliet falling on knees. Right, as you can even see, it's Act 4, Scene 2, right? And this is Act 4, Scene 2 between these two guys. And there you go. Right, there's Romeo falling on his knees, right? And there you have one of the Argentinian football players falling on his knees very dramatically, right? If this was to go horribly wrong, right, for Argentina. There you go, you see Mbappe embracing Giroud like as if they're in love, right? And then you have Messi mocking the fans looking at that. Right, now all of this is subjective and from the perspective of France beating Argentina, right? And there you see Kylian Mbappe becomes the new moon. He enters the stage, Messi leaves, right? And the fans now start liking Kylian Mbappe. Now, let me explain. So I've explained what exit stages are. To exit stage left, right. Let me show you quickly. Oop. Enter stage right. Oop. Meaning right. Right. So as I was saying, to enter stage right, yeah, acting the area to the right of the stage when looking towards the end stage, right, idiomatically involving a change of whether one is involved in a situation, as in you basically become the main character, So there he is. He's becoming the main character. Now, the second part of this is what's going on in the astrology. Now, I didn't do the astrology part. Let me show you. This guy did do the astrology part, and his name is Richard, right? And he did the astrology part on the 21st of November. And his astrology predictions, simply put, I'm gonna mute it for copyright reasons, but hopefully he doesn't copyright me. But let's see. Let's just get into it, and he will play. Let me just play Lionel Messi, right? And what he thinks of Messi. Okay, so listen to this bit. This is very important, right? From what he says. I will play it at normal speed so you can hear. Hopefully you can hear. Okay, and I'll put the CC on. The CC is incorrect, but I'll put it on.
If this time of birth that I'm working with, that I've taken off the internet, is correct, based on this horoscope, Argentina is defeating Brazil in the first semi-finals of the World Cup and making their way to the finals of this Qatar Football World Cup. Now, the finals are going to happen on the 18th of December, 8:30 p.m. India time. On that day, Messi has the Mahadasha of Jupiter, the Antardasha of Moon, the Pratyantardasha of Rahu, the Suksham Dasha of Rahu, and the Pran Dasha of Sun or Moon. This is extremely interesting. If Messi has the Pran Dasha of Moon, it is 100% certain that Argentina will lose the finals. If Messi has the Pran Dasha of Sun, it is equally certain that Argentina will win the finals. We are working with a time of birth that we suspect might not be fully accurate. And even if it is close to being accurate, there could be a discrepancy of a few minutes up or down. This few minutes up or down difference in the time of birth will change his Pran Dasha from Sun to Moon in his horoscope. My feeling over here is, given the fact that Moon, which is sure to bring defeat, is so close to his Dasha system on that date, I'm inclined to believe that Messi and Argentina will reach the finals. They will defeat Brazil in the semi-finals, but they will not be able to lift this World Cup. I do not see Messi as triumphant and celebrating on December 18th. That brings us to France.
Okay, so I'm just going to pause it there. So I hope you understood that. So basically, if Messi has the Pran Dasha of Moon in his phase, right, which I have explained, he will lose the finals. If he has the Pran Dasha of Sun in it, he will guarantee to win the finals. However, it's more likely that Messi will lose the finals from an astrological perspective because he's too close to the Moon phase with him, right? And France are more likely to win the finals. Now, I have said this because it's an upset day, right? If this was just a normal day, I would say Argentina all the way. The only thing is, it's an upset day, so hence why France may win the finals. Me personally, I believe France could win this finals, right? Don't shoot me if I'm wrong, right? It's just a prediction either way, right? From an astrological perspective, I'm going with the astrology on this, not the actual ELO or football or technical genius and nuance behind it. Okay, the astrology is more important because he's going through keys of life and keys of changes. Also, the poster in which you're bringing in Mbappe, right? Bringing in Mbappe as a character for people to worship is more important than Messi, right? Because let's look at the Ballon d'Or winners from this World Cup. You have Cristiano Ronaldo, he's leaving. No World Cup for him. No, right? Luka Modric, he's leaving, no World Cups for him, right? Don't be surprised if even Messi leaves with no World Cups for him, even though he has a Ballon d'Or. It wouldn't shock me. It will be free for free, right? And then you will see this scene on his knees like Romeo and Juliet, right? All mocking phases like Romeo and Juliet. Okay, that's what they love to do. Okay, so we'll get on to the next part.
See as triumphant and celebrating on December 18th. That brings us to France, the defending world champions. What do the planets have for the boys in blue? The other boys in blue. These are the football boys in blue. Mbappe, the superstar of this team. His horoscope should definitely tell us what to expect. It should give us a very good sense of what lies in store for this team. It is my belief that France will make it to the semi-finals from the other side of the draw, and they're going to play Belgium. Now, I don't have the details. I've not found any details of any of the Belgian players, so I really don't know what's happening on.
Okay, please remember that he made this prediction in November, right? Obviously, France didn't play Belgium, but France did get to the semi-finals. This was done in November, and they're now in the finals.
That team, but I thought let's just look at Mbappe's chart and see what I can see over there. The second semi-finals are going to be played on the 15th of December, India time. It's going to start at 12:30, just past midnight on the 15th morning. On the 15th of December, Mbappe has the Mahadasha of Moon, extremely favorable planet. Rahu, remarkably favorable planet. Sun, brilliant. Mars, again very good. And he has the Pran Dasha of Sun once again. He will either have the Pran Dasha of Venus or of Sun. Now, whether he has the Pran Dasha of Venus or he has the Pran Dasha of Sun, both of these planets are going to guarantee success. So, based on Mbappe's horoscope, it is my belief that France will get past Belgium, which I believe.
Okay, they didn't play Belgium in our reality, obviously. He made this prediction on the 21st. So, however, he's still right in the fact that France do get past their semi-finalists.
Is going to be the other team in the second semi-finals, and they're going to make it to the finals of this World Cup in Qatar. On the 18th of December, Mbappe has the Mahadasha of Moon, the Antardasha of Rahu, the Pratyantardasha of Surya, the Suksham Dasha of Rahu, and then the Pran Dasha of either Venus or Sun. This is exactly the same as we are seeing in Messi's horoscope. They both have the Suksham Dasha of either Venus or Sun on the 18th of December. But a difference of just a few minutes, maybe 2 minutes or 3 minutes in the time of birth of Messi will change his Pran Dasha from Venus or Sun to Moon, and Moon is going to pretty much guarantee defeat. And in Mbappe's horoscope, he has the Pran Dasha of either Venus or Sun. Both of these planets are going to guarantee victory. And he could also move from Venus, Sun to Moon if there is a slight difference in his actual time of birth compared to what I have worked with. But the point here is, in Mbappe's horoscope, Moon is not bad. In Mbappe's horoscope, Moon is the nakshatra lord of this horoscope. Therefore, if you look at his Pran Dasha, whether he has Venus or he has Sun or he has Moon, his victory is pretty much guaranteed. Again, as I want to repeat, this is not a prediction I stake my reputation on.
Right. So do you understand that? So from a astrological perspective, Mbappe is looking good, right? But it all depends on when Messi was actually born and what time period he was born. So from an astrological perspective, it makes sense, right, for Mbappe to win. And I did look at the moon phases, as I've shown you. So the moon phases, right, let me go. So these are the moon phases in Argentina. And as I've said, December the 23rd, new moon, right, and the start of summer solstice in Argentina, right? So summer solstice in the southern hemisphere, right, will actually end up becoming winter for them, and then in the right, and winter solstice in the northern hemisphere ends up becoming summer for us, right? As in it's the ending of, technically it's actually the ending of winter, not the start, because as the days go on, the days become longer, and then summer really rises. Okay, so that's why I had to put that out there. And I've been showing this poster, as in, will Mbappe become the new moon, right? And him rising, him having his love with Giroud, them falling down, as in, because this is act 4, scene 2 between them, which is 42, right? Which they won the last World Cup, right? Score 4-2, and if you know what 42 black people are, it's about that. And there you go. So let's carry on. So for me personally, to sum it all up, I think France, from an astrological perspective, I'm talking about astrology, not the matches, not the football, not the ELO. France to win. Right, now, another thing that people have not been talking about is the Infinity 8 in numerology. Right, as you can see, the symbol for the World Cup is World Cup. Oh, sorry. Let me see if it's still recording. Okay, World Cup logo, right, is this, which is the Infinity 8 symbol, the Ouroboros and the snake, right? And to do with Saturn. But Infinity 8 is a powerful key. It brings wealth, it brings wisdom, it brings lots of things, hence why you see great players like Roger Federer. Roger Federer was born on the 8th of the 8th in August, right? His biggest defeat, right, was at Wimbledon 2008 when he lost to Nadal, right? So these 8 keys are vibrating. 8 keys are vibrating, 111 keys are vibrating, and so it's trying to give the 8. So the 8 key decides. Now, if 8 is a repetition of itself, the winner will be France, hence the repetition, hence the moon phase, hence the astrology. Okay, let me just pause that. Okay, so this is very important in understanding why Argentina could win, and it all depends on the actual time of when Messi is actually born. If he's born 30 seconds earlier, he will win, and here's the video explaining why. I'll play it on normal speed, so you can understand why. Oops. Let me just check if we're still recording. Yeah, we're still recording. Okay.
Because if you make a small adjustment in Messi's horoscope, if you change his time of birth from 8:30 p.m. to 8:29 and 30 seconds, his dasha chart changes. What happens now? Now, at 8:29:30, Messi has the Mahadasha of Jupiter, the Antardasha of Moon, the Pratyantardasha of Rahu, the Suksham Dasha of Rahu. In the 30-second difference, in this new time of birth, which is 30 seconds different from the time I've been working with, the first 4 levels of his horoscope remain the same. But his Pran Dasha now is that of Sun. The exact time that the finals of the FIFA World Cup are played, Messi is going to be running the Pran Dasha of Sun. If Sun is the Pran Dasha lord of this horoscope, there is a very strong chance that Messi and Argentina will in fact be the winners of this World Cup. If Sun is the Pran Dasha lord of this horoscope, Messi is winning this World Cup. So what's going to happen? The unstoppable horoscope of Mbappe, or Surya, the Pran Dasha of Messi, making him the victor? It's a difficult question. It's a complex question. A 30-second difference in Messi's horoscope can change the destiny of Argentina and take them from runners-up to the champions of the world. What do I feel?
Okay, So I'm gonna explain what I feel on this. Oop, let me just take it down. The only how I feel about this is I've explained it before, right? Sunrise and moon phases. So Messi is starting, right? If it's 3 o'clock UK time, it is 12. It is. Ooh, let me find it. 12 o'clock there. So here's 12. Ooh, let's go back. So yeah, here's 12. Messi comes into his ascendancy. If he is born at the time he says he's born, right, 8:30, then Messi goes down in his ascendancy, right, and loses the World Cup, right, and then as the poster would indicate, he will be leaving stage left, right, for the new superstar boy to come and for France to win it again. You would have the heartbreak, you'll have the tragedy, right? So he might get a goal, but in the end it'll just be like, no, Messi will be mocking, France will be in love, them will be celebrating as a team, because you see they are celebrating as a team, whereas he might be celebrating one wonder goal, but it looks more like pain. And there you go. And as you can see, fair enough, there are 3 posters of Messi. So there's 1, 2, 3, right? How many posters of Mbappe actually? You have 1, 2, 3 as well. But to actually see Mbappe's face, you can only see 2 there. So it's 2 there, 3 there of Messi. Okay. Right, and yeah, there we go. So it's a close one to call, guys. Me personally, going with the astrology, I'm saying France are to win this. They're gonna introduce the new character of Kylian Mbappe to the world, right? And therefore France will regain the title and be back-to-back winners. That's how I feel from the astrology. I think the astrology and the time is more correct. I think the decodes and the time is more correct. I find it funny that the coach for the French national team is called Deschamps, right? Which is basically, it translates to as the fields, and he will be running a football field with all these tactics. How do I feel about this? Sadly, I wouldn't be surprised. Kylian Mbappe is the most expensive player out of these 2 players in the PSG national side. He's already been stamped with 42 in his last game, and he will probably be stamped with another 42 somewhere in the future. As for Messi is still going to have a great career, regardless if he wins this, regardless if he doesn't win this, right? As for the Pope has been trying to influence the Argentinian team all the way through putting Messi in room 201 and through everything. So yeah, that's how I feel about that.